Hey now, say now. Hey now, say now. Hey now, say now. This is C Legal for the people. I want raw, uncut truth, facts, history, personal experience.
Gunna goes global. Going back to when I was like 5 or 6, I've always been into like theoretical conversations, history, all that shit.
Stunna02. Independence mixed with interdependence of those around you is only going to bring you fortune in the future.
You know what I mean?
You know, doing other things, you know what I'm saying? STR, STD. So I would just go.
So let's talk about it. Hey now, say now. This is C Legal for the people. Let's talk about it. I'm here with Gunna and Stunna, man. How y'all feeling, fellas?
Man, I feel amazing. I feel rejuvenated. I feel like how you feel, you know what I'm saying? I feel like CLee, you know what I'm saying? That's how I woke up today, feeling like CLee. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life, man. I appreciate that.
So what y'all on? How's life been treating y'all?
Man, you know, we just came back from a very amazing trip. I think it was the whole city was motivated by this one dude that hops on live and just brings you some energy that nobody else has. You know what I'm saying? This unique individual. I haven't met one like him before. You know, they might call him the Bay Area Oprah. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, we say that interchangeable. I don't mean to compare him to a woman because that's not a downplay. That's a compliment. You know what I mean? But he had brought these, he brought basically the whole city and most of the Bay.
Cut the shit.
Vegas.
It was lit, blood.
Man, all right. I was trying to be political, but yes, nigga, that shit was cracking.
Shit
oh my
was
God. CLee, I needed that. I needed that in my life, bro. What the fuck? Oh my God.
No, we was in
Vegas. Woke up to something wet.
So y'all enjoyed yourself. Y'all enjoyed yourself.
Beyond, what's next beyond enjoy myself?
You know.
Orgasmic?
Yeah.
Orgasmic?
It was lit, my nigga.
Yes.
Nah,
that was it.
It was fun.
Man.
It was safe. It was a breath of fresh air, which is something we
non-violent.
get.
It was non-violent.
And we got to reiterate that because we from the Bay where we tear shit up. So, you know what I mean?
It was peaceful, so that's the beautiful thing. I appreciate y'all coming.
It was a lot of women in there. A lot of women.
It was a lot of women.
A lot of beautiful women.
I just want to say I want to thank everybody for coming. You know what I'm saying? Record this, Ace. Record this, Ace. Record
this. Catch that twerk, Ace. Catch that twerk.
I want to thank everybody for coming. I'm glad y'all enjoyed yourselves. Putting events together, especially in a whole new city, in a whole new state, is a very tough, stressful task. So,
nigga, you did that.
You know what I'm saying? But we did it. We pulled it off. It was a great thing. Shout out to everybody that came. And, you know, we got more things coming in the future. You know what I'm saying? I'm going
to tell everybody I helped plan him. I was his planning manager. You feel me? Made sure he was straight.
But we got a lot of different things to get into this episode. We got elections, we got music, we got social issues.
Yeah.
It's a bunch to get into, you know what I'm saying? So as of right now, let's get right into the election, the hot topic. Biden is up 264, Trump is at 214. You need 270 to be the next president. They got Nevada still pending, which is in Nevada saying they're not going to be ready to the 13th of November.
What?
You got Georgia still pending. I think
Georgia probably going to go Confederate. Oh, unless hella black people vote.
They said he damn near from the flip it. He got like 30,000 votes, 40,000 votes.
For real?
Flip the state.
Wow. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, first and foremost, I want to be very specific. Like, right now, a lot of black people, when we talking specifically black right now,
definitely
are online campaigning for Biden. Yes, I hope Biden. You know Biden. I hope Biden.
That nigga racist too.
Then you have the other black people like, you motherfuckers is crazy. I'm not finna sit here and campaign for this nigga who got 47 years of racism. And Kamala Harris and locked up all these black people and all that shit. So right now there's a little nasty undertone with black people around this election. It's a real nasty undertone. And then we ain't even talked about the racism yet. As far as the Trump supporters and all that, we're going to get into that later. But, Gunna, I want to start with you. Address this nasty undertone, little civil little dispute between black people over Joe Biden right now.
Truthfully, I feel like it go back to the plantation, man. You know, it's like fighting over mass, and we shouldn't do that. If you voting for Biden, let people know why the fuck you doing it. If you voting for Trump, let people know why the fuck you doing it. But understand, at the beginning and end of the day, we black first. So I'm a black person first. You know what I'm saying? And I think right now, people are trying to say, you can't convince me that, Trump being a racist is the worst thing ever. When my whole life I was raised in a racist country.
Come on, man.
I think that's what a lot of us don't realize. It's like, nigga, all we know is racism. So because he won't denounce the KKK, bro, we're living in a KKK country.
Man.
So did Bush or Clinton or any of them denounce it?
No.
When Clinton was smiling in our face, going to the churches, supporting hip hop, quote unquote. This nigga was locking us all up. This is when Biden was passing the bill.
When he was acting like he was fucking with us.
So I feel like it's two sides though. I do understand the people who overtly like, well, he's in he's the one. He's promoting racism and he's empowering the white supremacist groups and stuff like that. Well, if you look at the hate crimes, I believe it was more under the Obama administration than any other administration. So who's really empowering what? Exactly. He's a piece of shit, and a lot of these presidents been a piece of shit, if you ask me.
Come on,
you feel me?
Well said.
And we not fighting black people. My bad. I don't mean it. No, black people. We not debating, fighting, arguing.
What's the
over
point?
Two old ass white men.
Somebody please explain me what would be the point of that? What would be the point if me and CLee were to argue about that? Explain to me logically. You don't even have to do that. Just give me
unfollowing people.
Yeah, like what?
Not being people's friends because all of a sudden you can't tolerate racism.
Come on,
quote unquote.
Bro, this shit not finna change nothing.
One thing I don't like when black people get into these "I'm smarter than you" debates online. Like
over white people.
Like, you know, like Neely Fuller said, we all in the same prison.
Exactly.
All, like trying to see who has a better position in this same prison, trying to see who's smarter in this same prison.
Who got it better with the guard? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some real slave plantation shit that we don't need to get into. So if somebody didn't vote, let them not vote. If somebody voted Trump, let them vote Trump. If they voted Biden, let them vote Biden. At the end of the day, we collectively have to come together and come up with a play to make this shit work. And for the very intellectual, knowledgeable, historically, conscious black people, understand historically everybody ain't gonna go. There was a lot of snitches on the plantation.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of people who just was okay being in slavery. They felt like, that was the way of life. So don't even argue. You just build your tribe, build your own community. You don't need everybody on board. You just need enough people to get on board, and then once your train start rolling, more and more will join.
And y'all owe Ice Cube an apology because what that man was talking about was for the black agenda he made.
He was trying to see who was gonna get us some money. He didn't care who it came from. Man an apology, I don't. If somebody said, "Now if me, CLee, or Gunna said we got $1 billion for you," one of us did. Do you really care who it's from?
Before we get into that, for the people who don't know. What happened with Ice Cube so we can unpack that? What happened with Ice Cube?
Long story short, basically, Ice Cube said, who got a plan to help black people? And he contacted both the Democrats and the Republicans. When he talked to the Democrats said, we're going to holler at you after the election. Ice Cube said, okay. When he talked to the Republicans said, nigga, pull up right now. We can holler right now. And that's all that happened. People blew it out of proportion. This problem with Trump. He's the manifestation of racism. He didn't cause it. He didn't start it. But all he did is perpetuate what has already been going on. So because of that, they think it's, okay, fuck Trump. But they don't realize that it's literally the two wings. Well, that's right. One side of the same bird. You feel me? Republican and Democrat, excuse me. So it's like, really, at the end of the day, it's the same agenda, but two different perspectives of it. So,
Go in, Gunna, before I go on my rant.
He had I believe he came up with a black agenda for us, and it dealt with basically economics. Everybody knows right now we're disenfranchised, we're incarcerated, we're unemployed. Everything that you can think of in the United States of America has to do with economics. So what he's saying is, I know for a fact that either a Republican or Democrat is going to be the president, and whoever wins, we need to make sure that we get our issue this time around. People then, they took the photo out, which the Republicans did. They did, use them and shit like that. And then, what are you doing talking to him? And again, we've got this whole train of anti-Trumpness instead of anti-racism. I don't give a fuck about Trump or Biden, bro. I give a fuck about racism.
Exactly.
Honestly, I don't even give a fuck about the economy at this point. I give a fuck about racism because when the economy was thriving and black people were oppressed, what does a great economy mean for a person who's oppressed?
Come on.
Bro, my issue right now is blackness.
I mean, we get less. Simple as that.
Nothing more, nothing less, because white people been benefiting. Other groups of people been benefiting in this country. As a black man, I want to see black women, black children, black men be able to reap the benefits of actually being a citizen in this country. So I'm focused on racism, not no motherfucking election. just to add to what you were saying, and when he broke it down too as well, Trump's plan for black people was only 2 pages, while Biden's and the Democrats' plan was 64 pages. Also, logically, it makes sense to go talk to the current president, not the person who might be the president. Because what would make sense? Explain to me, if Joe Biden didn't become the president and Ice Cube went to go holler at him, what would make sense for him to go talk to somebody who's not in power? You got to talk to who is in power first, and then that's why they say, then let's lock this in first, then we're gonna holler. We got to focus on this win. You're not thinking about the playoffs, right at the end of the season. You got to finish these games. If it's a close, it's close. You feel me? Or you on the bubble?
Which brings up a great point as I get into my rant. For one, black people, we have to understand business. Business isn't about who you like. When you do business who's more convenient for your business.
Exactly.
Not who you like personally, who you have personal feelings against. And even just think about this at your job, to all the black people watching this. You don't like all your coworkers.
Hell no.
You don't like all your supervisors. You don't like your manager. You may not like the owner of the company, but you still going to do business with them because it's a business situation. You provide a service, they provide the money. It's business. That's the same thing he's doing. It's a business decision. And what's interesting is a black man with 30 years of a clean resume, solid resume, Ice Cube.
Some black wife.
NWA, fuck the
Muslim.
police.
From NWA, black wife, black family.
Stood up for
successful
us,
black
entrepreneur.
children, successful independent black movies that he owns. I mean, just a long history of doing the right thing and of honor, of integrity, and how we just try to cancel him in a week.
It be these bourgeois clowns that's trying to cancel
people.
Go
in.
Like, you can't, as a community, we can no longer do this. We need to really address this cancel culture, this slandering black people. You know
you see what happened when they try to
CLee
cancel Sada, baby.
So this is the thing. You got all of these black people who have never felt like they belong in the black community, have kind of like, I feel like, beast it up on social media, so now they trying to control the cool. You lames can never control the cool. And this goes for men and women. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all a bunch of fucking weirdos. Y'all get on black Twitter. Y'all get on Facebook. Y'all get on Instagram. And y'all act like all of a sudden y'all controlling something. Y'all lame as fuck. Y'all always been lame. When the phone dies, you're fucking lame. And people want to be politically correct. Y'all want to cancel everybody that doesn't fit into your weird ass agenda. And when I say weird, I'm not talking about religion. I'm not talking about gender. I'm not talking about sexuality. I'm talking about your vibes. And I'm not talking about weird vibes as in, on some Andre 3000 shit. I'm talking about that shit that we never accepted. So all that cancel culture, cancel these motherfuckers that's out here molesting children, raping women, killing people that's unarmed. Cancel these motherfuckers that's out here treating us wrong. Out here, oh yeah, you know what, he made a tweet. You ain't cancel your mayor. Ooh. You ain't cancel your principal, or your student, or your motherfucking superintendent. You didn't cancel nobody, but you quick to cancel black people in a minute. But you ain't cancel these white people after 400 years. Let me know something. Let me know. Is it a vibe or is it the wave? Let me know.
Yeah, like we really can't. Like we can't. I ain't going, because black celebrities ain't necessarily my leaders, or not all of them are my heroes. But we're not gonna just keep dogging out successful black people, you know what I'm saying, after they got a long, extensive history of honor, integrity, and, you know, positiveness for the black community. That shit isn't just out, you know what I'm saying?
Especially when you gave Massa 1,000 chances.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just not finna keep doing that. I'm like, Ice Cube, nah, we not finna do this to Ice Cube. Like,
hold on, but you ain't cancel Kamala Harris?
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on. So she put our nigga in jail. So Kamala don't get canceled for never claiming to be black and doing nothing for black people, but Ice Cube gets canceled because he went and met with Trump. So Kamala, who locked up black mothers, black men, black children, she don't get canceled, but this man taking a picture, or no, not even taking a picture, him contacting the Republican Party, he gets canceled. Y'all confused out here. Y'all clown time. Y'all clown time.
Exactly. So we gonna really have to, you know, put that shit to rest. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit is just counterproductive to everybody. And last thing on this topic, some people don't even understand that you can be such a coon and an idiot that you hurting yourself and you don't even know it. Man. That's what a lot of coons, like idiots, don't know. You can be doing something that's, you can shoot yourself in your foot, no reason, and not even knowing, damn, this is really hurting me, just because your hate for yourself and other black people. But
hiding behind your trauma is what black people hiding behind their trauma is what's going on, and they're not woke. I'm talking about the fake woke. I'm not talking about the ones that genuinely woke. I'm not talking about the Erykah Badu's. I'm not talking about the comments. I'm not talking about the people that drop them jewels that preach therapy and self-help and self-love. I'm talking about these people who quick to talk about black lives, but then they ostracize a certain portion of it. When I say black lives, I'm talking about everybody. You understand? I'm not anti-woman. I'm not anti-child. I'm not anti-anything that has to do with black if you morally correct. When I mean by morally correct, if you're not transgressing against nobody. You feel me? We got this fake woke population that's out here on some bullshit. And they really don't even like black people because like what CLee says, they don't like themselves. Facts. Deal with the person who traumatized you. That's who you need to attack.
And don't take that on random people. If you're going to say something or call somebody something, you better know the definition of the word. Don't say it because it's popular. You heard everybody else saying it.
Speaking of attacks, I've been getting a couple calls from people I love, low key with an undertone of fear if Trump loses. Like, no, they going to be careful. Be careful if Trump loses. White folks going to be tripping. And I'm like, white folks been tripping.
When did white folks not
stop?
What are you afraid of?
Chris Rock was just talking about back in the recession that white people used to walk into black people's houses and eat their food. Think if a nigga walked in your house today and was like, a white nigga say, "Oh, you chilling with your?" I've been at Gunna's house with dinner. It's a spectacular dinner every single time I'm there. If they came in there, I feel like Gunna would beat the fuck out of them. But at the end of the day, it's just so disrespectful to even think that that's type of stuff ever stop happening. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Well, in a red state, so let's add a little bit more depth to it. Unfortunately, during that recession, what was that, the 20s or 30s?
Yeah, they was extra. Okay, so, yeah, you're right.
So
you're right. Thank you for bringing that up.
They were in red states or southern states, and more than likely they weren't armed. And even if they had killed somebody, it would have caused them, their family, and a lot of other black people to be lynched.
I'm saying they been doing this. But right now, you probably not going to get lynched. You know what I'm saying?
You're not, but the fear is still there. You got to understand that fear is inherited. When you look at black people with their heads down, it was taught to them by their parents and then their grandparents. There's a lot of black people who will not look up. They won't look at white people in the face. They won't question anything that has to do with whiteness because that's what they've been taught.
Facts.
That fear was taught to them.
We got to break that fear somehow.
That's a fact. So
thank you for saying that.
It's looking like Trump may lose. If Trump loses, what happens, guys? What if Trump loses? What happens? Is it going to be protests? Is it going to be riots?
It's going to be a lot of
de facto racism is going to go into play.
Red states in here, I feel like, because we already got a lot of double agents or sleepers. You got a lot of white people who have already migrated from the South here to infiltrate.
Exactly.
The Bay Area is not being ran by Bay Areans. These are Southern people in position with Southern ideologies.
Midwestern, all them random people.
Off top, one thing they do is they plan 10, 20, 30, 40 years. So you've got people right now that are like,
heavy artillery.
How can I destroy this neighborhood? How can I destroy this community? You got to think about it. Why would you be a superintendent if you're not black? Why are you the superintendent in Detroit? You get what I'm saying? Or in Oakland. Sense. Why are non-black people superintendents in majority black cities? Why? Because they come with an agenda to destroy, to make sure if education is a key to success in the future, what do? You start fucking them over in preschool, which they do, in kindergarten, in first grade, in second grade, in third grade. So after Trump I feel like if Trump loses, you're going to see overt racism, but you're going to see a lot of sophistication. Silicon Valley has got to be held accountable for the fuckery because a lot of them, they voted for him. And they fucking with what he got going on.
Damn.
It's right here in the Bay.
They don't want to get taxed.
These motherfuckers right here in the Bay, they some scumbags.
So the way they try to say that the Bay is, liberal or the Bay is for diverse and for everybody, are you saying it's a lot of racism in the Bay?
Hell
Bay is liberal for the people are liberal, not the people in power. You feel what I'm saying?
Ooh,
the people are liberal, not the people in power. When you look at the people in power throughout the 9 counties in the Bay Area, they're pieces of shit historically.
Damn,
historically, the Black Panther Party was founded in Oakland not because it was lit in the town. It was because the racism and the oppression was so fucking hard. The niggas said, bro, we got to pick up pistols.
Do something, bro.
You feel me?
We got to feed our community, literally.
Where's the 2 most gentrified places in the United States of America?
San Francisco and
Oakland.
I was going to say Baltimore.
No, those are the 2 top in the United States of America, the most gentrified. So now this place ain't liberal. And what white people do is they hide behind hippies. They hide behind shrooms. They hide behind, oh yeah, I smoked with some blacks. They hide behind shit, oh, Andre Nicotina. And now Mac Dre. That's the new wave.
Yeah.
And this is not just whites. This is non-blacks.
Hold on.
Mac Dre, Mac. Nigga, you don't
so
fuck
are
with
you
Dre.
are you saying some of them people that was out at the George Floyd protests, some of them people that was out all these protests in the Bay, actually
The
weren't
white allies.
Bro, they be trolling us. That's why I just said Mac Dre, man. It ain't Drake like the thin space. It's a troll, bro. Soon as he comes around, hey, get stupid. Nigga, what you mean, bro, what are you talking about?
I feel like
this is important. Hold on, let me say
yeah.
that. I think this is important because I think this is important, especially specifically for black people. When you out there breaking shit, or when you out there protesting or doing all these with these people that you think are for you, when it comes down to actual business, like right now, you see where their loyalty lies. You know what I'm saying? So even though Biden won California and it's a blue state and all that shit, look at some of the places that were very red, where a lot of, you know what I'm saying?
Well, look at the props.
The Central Valley.
Look at the props. Affirmative action
exactly. Look at the
was
props.
voted
Yeah.
against in California.
Affordable housing.
And we got to call out the Asian community throughout the Bay
on,
Area and
affordable
throughout
housing.
California who continue to assimilate and align themselves with white people.
Exactly.
This goes for the
especially
specifically
the ones
Chinese.
that be slapping hip hop
That
music,
shit ain't right.
dressed
Hold on,
like
hold on.
us.
Address the
Yeah.
prop. What's some of the props that?
You had
That
the
didn't affordable
you
housing.
had you had the rent control.
Yeah, didn't
you
pass.
had the
Didn't pass.
affirmative
Yeah.
action.
Didn't
that
pass.
And these are huge. These are the two main ones because affirmative actions allow a lot of these educated
Hey, can you
black
look that up
folks
for us?
to get their
Which
way
props
into these
passed and
UCs.
didn't
You get
pass
what I'm
in
saying? And
California?
rent control
Thank you.
is to help gentrification, which disproportionately affects black and Latinos. So when we was protesting, I do believe a lot of them was for us, but this is
Yeah.
the thing. For every white protester, there was 99 of their family and friends that were
was
against us.
looked down
so
on.
it's like they coming out there mobbing with us and for us, but 99 of their family and friends ain't.
It's like, fuck
So
them.
that's where
what I hate,
oh,
yeah.
I'm an ally. Individually, you are an ally, but
That's
collectively,
exactly
you're
what I
not.
was gonna say.
No group is collectively an ally with black people.
You're a lot nicer than me. I don't even believe that. I believe they was out there for the glitz and the glamour, the camera, to
That
put on a
too.
good show.
What do they call
and
photo
I think
ops?
photo ops. I
'Cause
think
it's
and
a
behind
trend to them.
closed
It's a
doors,
trend.
They went power. They gonna go with the power. They gonna be like, yeah, them niggas is cool. They fun to be around. But yeah, I'm voting this way. You know what I'm
I
saying?
believe that too.
I'm voting this way because all those props,
So
everything
this
that
is-
could have benefited black people did not pass in
So
that area.
Proposition 14 passed. Commercial property tax didn't pass. And diversity ban didn't pass. Restore former felon vote passed. So Gunna, you can vote now. It's
I was
lit.
able to vote before that as long as I was off probation or parole. But who matters?
Don't worry.
What matters if the most of us is still in that motherfucker?
Well, if
you feel me?
exactly. 10 years ago, if this was now, you could have voted. It's lit. Allow 17-year-olds to vote. Hell no in the primary.
I believe they should have been able to vote
They definitely should have. You basically almost 18.
because you would try them as an adult.
Exactly.
They were
went to
arrested.
jail. That's a good point. A great point. Change property tax rules passed. Stricter parole sentences didn't pass. That's actually great. Local government rent control did not pass. Terrible. App-based drivers as contractors, not employees.
Terrible.
That's fucked up because they don't get benefits. Dialysis clinic standards. That's not good because you need to have the standards on it. I'm gonna look more into that one. That says requires chronic dialysis clinics to have an on-site physician report data on dialysis-related infections and obtain consent from the state health department before closing a clinic.
All right, let's keep mobbing.
They
Fuck
all right
that
for sure. Yeah, that didn't pass. That's fucked up. Nah, you're right. You got to keep it flowing. Expand consumer privacy. That passed. So we get to keep our privacy in what we do. They can't just buy our information. And approve, replacing cash bail. That did not pass, which is terrible. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, a lot of that shit, you know what I'm saying, wasn't of great value to black people, but
Majority of it wasn't.
Black, and I'm going to add Latinos in there because Latinos need to align themselves with us
Facts.
on a bigger scale because oftentimes
Immigrants as well.
we take our individuality, like, you will have some folks from the mission or whatever, but then they family is hella racist and shit like
Man.
that. So I want to...
You seen Latinos for Trump?
Hold on one
Yeah,
second though,
you
brother.
seen.
I want to encourage all the black people, all the non-blacks who fuck with black people and black culture. Y'all got to start having these conversations at home, and y'all got to start pushing a line on y'all people because aligning yourself with white supremacy and shit like that is not a good look. These white folks don't fuck with y'all neither. You understand what I'm saying? specifically the Latinos. Hey, man, hey, y'all see what's going on. And with the Asian community, I know assimilation is big in y'all culture, but that shit ain't cool. What y'all got going on? Y'all undermining democracy for real.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Latinos for Trump. You already saw what happened. They over here partying and whatnot.
Yeah, fact.
All right. Okay. All right. So, segueing out of politics, you know what I'm saying? Segueing out of politics.
Let's all woosah real quick.
Good woosah. Good woosah.
Okay, for sure.
So, you know, things are slowly opening back up. Very slowly. Very, very slowly. When does, in your opinion, Stunna Man, when is it going to be okay for artists like yourself to start performing, having events? When are things going to open up? Because we know promoters, shout out to Boog in Oakland PD right now, is giving him a hard time.
Man, that's fucked up.
When, you know, slowly things, they got like outdoor little venues and shit going on. But
I feel like if shit is already flowing, let's get it going. You know what I'm saying? You need to start hollering at these artists, bring people out. You know what I'm saying? It's already
Hold on, that wasn't the question. Though.
Okay, well, I was letting y'all know it needs to happen soon.
At what point do you think it's going to
open up? I get on both
up?
of y'all. Y'all easy to take these headphones off.
At what point do you think things are start at 2021, 2022? When?
Hopefully, I hope it happens early 2021. They do need to.
When do you think though, blood? See, you still not answering the question, bro.
Hey,
you still hung over.
You see how when you
on demon time or what?
You see how when you talking, I don't cut you off.
Nah, you did every time for real.
Do I have to get up out my chair? Do I have to come out my character?
I'll let you know something real quick.
Gunna, take a dip. You know what I'm saying? Chill out. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta whip that dollar out.
Man, let's go. Come on. But yeah, I would hope that it happens as early as possible. So I say March 2021.
But okay, so when do you believe? That's what he asking.
August 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about
y'all better chill, bro. I had to get on both of you blockhead ass niggas.
What about you, Gunna? What about you?
I'm seeing the drive-throughs and shit like that.
Oh, for real? The drive-throughs gonna be lit?
No,
that's what they gonna do at the drive-through? Which drive-through? Napa, Concord? Pick one. Come on, which one?
They converting shit.
Ruben, why you stuttering? Hold on.
They converting shit to performance space, blood.
Oh, that's gonna be lit.
I agree
we
with
need
you.
to be
I
there.
feel like summer 2021, but I feel like over the next 9 months, it's gonna be so many different ways that people are reintroducing.
So if I was to get a woman pregnant today, by the time it happens, my baby will be born.
But it'd still be a corona baby.
Oh, true. Ooh.
So all bullshit aside, though, I'm seeing people. The dude. Remember we went down there to eat the food or whatever. At the trucks and shit. Long story short, I think he had like 600 or 700 people, bro, at that concert.
Oh,
they all drove through. It was 4 people in each car. I think they charged like $100 a car. They parked, and then the performance was on the stage, bro. I saw it. That was right there in the city, bro. Lit.
Oh yeah.
They got an R&B. I think they already had it. It's called R&B only. I think they did it in Burlingame. You know what I'm saying? The drive-in shows. The drive-in shows is about to be a thing. One thing about
that's
black
gonna
people,
be lit.
One thing I love about black people, boy, we gonna figure out a way. Especially when it comes to have a good time.
Of course.
We are going to figure out a goddamn way. And that's what we've been doing. We've been getting real creative. At the same time, to all the creators out there, if your ass ain't been getting creative during this time, you assed out.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Things have changed. The tide, the pendulum has swung. So if you're not putting out content, if you're not figuring out a way to really engage people or, you know, get people to come together, you're going to be assed out. And, you know, out of sight, definitely out of mind. You dig? So hopefully everybody's getting to that bag. You dig? That's what it's about, getting to that bag.
CLee sound like a young OG. Getting to that bag. I've been getting to that bag, young player. I've been getting to it. He can sound like he's driving a Cadillac.
Shout out all the people that thought, about this whole scamming shit, man. Shout out to everybody out there scamming and getting away with it, man.
Nigga, we still winning.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to the scammers. Did y'all see that shit where the niggas who made the EDD song got picked up by the feds?
Man, 2.6 mil, they hit.
So everybody who don't know,
facing a 20-piece.
It was 2 gentlemen who made a song called "I Just Hit It Over EDD," and they made a song. The song went viral. It was viral on the internet.
Man,
2 weeks later, 2-3 weeks later, a news report hits. They get picked up by the feds. Now, Gunna, as somebody who's did some time, is it pretty much ugly? Or one of them got picked up, the other one didn't, but I'm sure he's getting investigated. Is it ugly for him?
Nah, it depends on your it's called your not your criminal background. Yeah, your criminal background in the federal facility, you get points. So it depends on where you are. Your sentencing guideline is technically what it's called. You could face, like I was facing 10 years for a pistol, but you could plead out and you can get anywhere from 18 months to maybe the max of 10. So if they're around here, Charlie, they may get a slap on the wrist, but then again, if they in Georgia, which is a racist ass state, when it comes to black people, you feel me, getting money, they not gonna show you no leniency. So he may do 10, may do 15, maybe do 20, or he can walk up out of there in 3 or 4 due to the pandemic and it being a nonviolent blue collar crime. So he got action, bro.
Yeah, hopefully at least he can get a lawyer.
It ain't as ugly the way people try to make it seem, bro. You gotta understand, there's people that embezzled motherfuckers out 200, 300, 400 million. Like, we not talking about money that was taken from you that you had. We talking about you literally just scammed the government. I mean, it was never
already
even
supposed
in
to be
possession.
out there.
It was never even. I got his shit, but it was never even in his possession.
But they gonna get hit with the identity theft too, though.
Of course, but not even no but. It depends on how you plead out. Is it one count of this? Is it a stack? Is it a plea deal? Are you telling on people? If you're not telling on people, are they going to run a concurrent? How are they going to do it? And that's how it works to save the government money from going to trial. If they're trying to make an example of you, fuck. If not, you be out 2, 3, maybe 4.
Man,
but they doing some time for sure.
Yeah, but let me rewind. It's a lot of motherfuckers getting out under this coronavirus thing because people is dying. So niggas that would have got a 10-piece, bruh, is getting like suspended sentences, and especially in federal facilities, they getting suspended sentences. So you'll never know, but it'll be like 9 years. It'll be 8 years suspended sentence. So you fuck up, you doing that 8 years. You got to give us that back, or 18 years suspended sentences.
That's crazy. Now, Stunna, how do you feel about them making the song? Because I'm sure they didn't, predict getting picked up by the feds when they made it. It sounded like they just did it in good fun.
Of course, a lot of things that we do naively might be in good fun. That song slapped. When I heard it, it was going crazy. I'm like, the beat go crazy, but that goes into subject matter and what might be mainstream hip hop. We always do things that might be self-incriminatory. We almost do things that might exploit ourselves, not knowing had they just, kept it on the low and then made a song about something else, they could have still had this fame and everything and still be eating. So, I just say the subject matter really plays a part. I'm trying to change that for myself. Gunna always talks to me about that a lot. Like, what you saying really matters, you know what I mean? And you see right there, literally, what they said changed their lives, you know what I'm saying? So the song slapped, though, at the end of the day.
I disagree with one point you made.
It was hella descriptive, though, blood. Like, that song was like, it kind of like walked you through the shit.
I hope somebody hit from that.
But think about it, though. They also had the acceptance letters.
Yeah.
Oh, they was flexing
the mail. Like, they had the mail. Like, bro, they
was a
like,
little
you might
too
as
overt.
well got 2 keys and broke it down and cooked like, on camera, nigga.
Yeah,
like, it was that bad, bro.
Yeah, that's why I go into
bad.
that subject matter, just kind of snitching on yourself.
Let me get deep into my little theories. Black men, I really think we do need, a lot of us need therapy because what I'm learning is we do got this thing called attention whoring. A lot of black men have that to the point where we get mad, where we'll feel a way internally about somebody else that's getting attention.
Ooh,
so we'll go.
I don't feel that
we'll
way.
go to any length to get some attention, even if it's saying, "Hey, I just made $1 million off scamming in front of the whole world." We got this thing where we really just, what is going to get me some attention? What is going to get people to look at me, even though I'm already rich? That's the craziest part. You already won. The goal is to get some money, get out the hood, invest in businesses, take care of your children. You already got the goal. You're already at the finish line, and then you come back. You dig? Simply because you want the glory, not just the money. That is a major problem with black men. And a lot of niggas won't admit it. They won't say, you know what, I'm insecure. I like to be seen. I like to be praised. I need people to look at me. But that's the thing. You dig? And it's proven. You ain't even got to say it. A nigga with some intelligence can see you want some attention bad. And that's not healthy. It's really not healthy. You need to go get some therapy, unpack that. It usually comes from not getting enough attention from your father or your mother. You dig? Feeling neglected as a kid, getting talked about, having rusty, fat, dirty shoes and shit like that.
You cutting a little deep. You talking about me right now?
Lil Wayne said they want the glow, I want the glory.
Ooh,
so that's pivotal. And that he said what Jay-Z also said, the fame is the worst thing known to man. It's stronger than heroin when you could look in the mirror like there I am and still not see what you become. I know I'm guilty of it too, but not like them.
You lost one.
Exactly.
Lost one.
When you look at when you look at Death Row, when you look at Rockefeller, and when you look at, unfortunately, many black businesses, it's that ego. And that ego, what he say, too much flossing, too much Sam Rossing, that means niggas wasn't playing their day role, should have stuck to food and beverage. You get what I'm saying? So if you got 2 M's off of that, what CLee is saying right now
Speaking of food and beverage, go buy some
shut
O2
up.
juice.
Oh, yeah, of course. Any flavor. What CLee is saying is, it wasn't the fact that you got the money. It was the fact that after the money you wanted, what wasn't worth the money was the attention.
Absolutely. And another thing I'm learning is it's not because when you're getting a lot of attention, it come with a lot. It come with a lot of hate. It come with a lot of opinions. It come with a lot of expectations. It come with a lot. Everybody's not meant to be the center of attention. Use the money, and maybe it's your son, your nephew, your cousin, your brother. Maybe it's meant for somebody else to be the face. Maybe it's not meant for you to be the face, my nigga. But like, we need to stop that attention whore, look at me type shit, because it's destructive. And then when you get the attention, you just like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
You dig? What the fuck? And then you just fluster. So that shit is phony. But I wanted to get something else, different segue.
Before the segue, street niggas, stop incriminating yourself for attention. Street niggas, stop doing what square folks are doing. Street niggas, stick to the street code. If not, you're going to get the street response to what you're doing, which is death or jail. Stop opening up the door, street niggas, for a nigga to lay you down. You're not living in these square environments. You're not living by what these square folks doing. So the shit that you got going on, you got to modify your flexing. That's what got to be done. And it's for all niggas in the street, man. This internet that fucked up a lot of dudes' mind, and it got a lot of y'all doing a lot of time, and they got a lot of you niggas getting lined up and getting knocked down, and unfortunately opening up that back door. Since this scamming and pandemic and all this shit, a lot of you niggas ain't got lined up, and unfortunately some of y'all not even alive. It's because you shared that. Hey, bruh, if you hit for 100, if you hit for an M, if you hit for 2 M's, you got to understand, man, Jesus was betrayed by Judas for some silver. So what you think the average nigga around you gonna do that ain't never had nothing? You understand what I'm saying?
For
the average. If he knows 250 bands in cash in your house. So bruh, stop doing it. And these police get paid 24/7 to watch you and lock you up.
You're an entertaining individual.
24/7. So just keep that in mind. That's to the street niggas, man, cause seeing y'all fail, man, that should be hurting me, my nigga.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, a lot of niggas is buying fat ass chains too. Man, I'm seeing a lot of jewelry.
Hey, property in Detroit costs $1,000 right now. You can fix it up for 12 bands.
Chains. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm a fan.
Yeah,
I'm a fan. I like seeing niggas shine. I like them big ass jewelry.
Yeah. I'm proud of you niggas, man. I'm proud of you niggas.
I like seeing the big ass jewelry. I'm a fan. Fat ass chains. Well, that nigga shit hard. That nigga shit star. I'm like, ooh wee. Hey, I like it. You know what I'm saying?
Shit good.
I am too. I'm over out here from.
But I want to get into something else. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas get a lot of niggas get the jewelry for the ladies. Yeah. Last thing, if you gonna spend 50,000-60,000 on a chain, you need to be fucking 50,000-60,000 to quality women. Don't go spend all this money on the jewelry to fuck the local hood booger rat.
What's a 50?
That's fucking
trash. Go into what's a woman of that caliber. What does she entail?
Because the boys in the hood, Nia Long from the hood, and she was
definitely wet.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah,
a woman that has class, a woman that has potential to earn the same type of earnings on that level, a woman that is respectful of not only herself, of you, meaning she's not finna be calling you no bitch, ass nigga.
We kings.
A woman that's not a woman that you know for 100% fact ain't gonna leave you once the money goes.
Okay.
Well, if she's not from the hood, she's going to leave you. So it's only woman that's gonna be loyal to you is a woman from the hood.
True.
You gotta remember when Frank Lucas went.
Hold on, it's more.
Keep going.
It's more a woman that you know for a fact is not gonna line you up. You know what I'm saying? Her baby daddy or one of her brothers gonna come line you up or do some shit like that. Yeah. If it do go down, a woman that's not gonna take the stand against you, a woman that's not gonna be calling the police on you when you get mad.
Get no stand.
You dig? You know what I'm saying?
I remember
her the bus quick and taking your kids.
A woman that's gonna be a good mother. You know what I'm saying?
That's essential.
A woman that's gonna make sure your kid is always good, not just make sure they wear nice clothes, make sure your kid has the best education, make sure your kid is always in a safe environment.
So you ain't talking so much about the hood. You talking more of a certain type of woman that I feel like in our communities has been emphasized and what we just don't want. You really talking about the women that you should just kind of like meet at the club, fuck, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, that type of shit.
Also, you didn't say any superficial or shallow qualities about appearance. That's what I know.
Oh no, it's not even about appearance. It's about character. If you're gonna be spending all this money to attract women, make sure you get a woman of good character. Don't be just going fuck the toss up that like to go who's popping, because that's the thing. Oh, this nigga popping. I'm fucking.
Should they get insurance on their jewelry?
Ooh,
absolutely.
At the beginning, what CLee was talking about, if that's you need to contact Stunna02.
And I hate to say this because I love to see you on the jewelry, but it is kind of hot because those jewelers are reporting you to the IRS. Yes, because they have to.
It's a fact.
Yes, them jewelers are reporting you because you spent
Even
all this
cash?
money on this jewelry. They said, hey.
Anything over 10, but what if you paying them increments?
It don't matter. You spent $60,000 on the chain. Hey, IRS, Jamal spent this on his chain.
What's that nigga back in
you
the day
dig?
that they took everybody down with? That went down with BMF.
Damn.
Hey,
2 time zones. What's the name of that shit?
Jacob the jeweler.
Jacob. That's
yes,
how they got.
They're
but
reporting you.
Guess what? That nigga didn't snitch. That's why he did that time.
Real one.
You feel me?
That nigga
So
just
they are
snitched.
reporting you. Hey, this nigga just spent $50,000 on his chain. This is his name. This is
He
his
one of
address.
the only ones that didn't tell.
Just what's
He a
going
real
on.
one.
So they are reporting you. So
That nigga stitch left
do you.
on the homies.
But on a different note, Stunna Man posted something very interesting the other day I want to get into. Stunna
Man.
Man says somebody says he exploits black women. Can you educate us on that conversation?
So I went through my DMs. I listened to what Gunna told me. Gunna told me you might have $1 million in your DMs. You need to go check them. So I went in my general messages and I scrolled all the way up till I couldn't scroll no more. And it was about 18 weeks ago. Now it was a half listened message and it was this woman giving me all these praise in the first message of 2. So I'm listening to the first half and she giving me this praise. She's like, "Oh my God, you're such a great person." I could play the message if you really want me to. All right, cool. But she just says you're such a great person, but I can't work with you. You exploit black women. The things you talk about, blah blah blah. She keeps talking about this, and then she has another message where she's like, "Oh, you need to be better," and just all this stuff that's wrong with me. So I say, okay. Initially, I start sending her all the stuff that how am I exploiting black? I said, I exploit black women. Hey, go listen to the song Black Queens. You feel me? I made this for black women. So I apologize if I do that. Then I went to another thing where I said, oh yeah, I exploit black women. Tell me how. And she went to do all this stuff. So I started sending her stuff that was counter arguments to what she was talking about. And in doing that, she blocked me. So I went on Nigel Stander's page and I started sending her some more shit. And then when that happened, I was like, okay. And she started sending me all this stuff. And it wasn't in bad taste. For a second, I had to stop and I said, okay, you know what? Let me not be so egotistical and let me say, all right, maybe I do exploit black women. Let me ask them. Let me go see. Am I really exploiting black women? So I made a post about it. I wanted to be transparent. I wanted to be vulnerable. I wanted to be better. I want to be better. So I put it out there. I put myself out there. I put myself on the chopping block. A black woman she had the whole community. Somebody could have tore me down and be like, Stunna, you did this, you did that. But on the contrary, I got overwhelming amount of love. And even while I was doing that, after I had made the post, I sent it to the black woman who said it. I thanked her for telling me, like, hey, I appreciate you telling me that so I could check myself. And then I sent her a whole bunch of music, she went into other things telling me, like, what do you do for your community? What do you? And I was like, what do you do for black people?
I'm going to keep it real, Stunna.
I'm going to keep it.
I was like, damn. I was like, for real?
I'm going to keep it real.
Fucks.
I'm going to keep it real, Stunna, man. You went about that all wrong, in my opinion.
Nah.
Because I'm
trying to be
what's your brother IG page?
Yeah.
Let me holler at this nigga real quick.
At the end of the day, because for one, you're a creator and can't nobody tell you who you are.
That's what I end up telling her. That's what I end up.
What do you want me to do? Not wear deodorant and walk around here sweating?
Hey, I'm actually not wearing deodorant.
Praising the sun.
How did
burning
you know that,
incense.
Gunna? What the fuck?
No, I'm just saying. That's probably what she wants you to do.
Nah, I'm not doing all of that.
Be a fucking doormat.
Hell no.
I don't like
make music that nobody listens to, and then so somebody can say this is real music that nobody buys. Fuck out of here.
Now you know what's crazy? She said, "Oh well, Lil Baby, you see, he made a song about protesting."
Yeah, he did.
And I was like, "That's great. I really admire that. I agree.
Dope ass song.
That's wet as fuck.
That's what separated him from everybody.
Exactly." And I was like, "But the rest of his catalog, everything we love, it slap." And then I was like, "Hey, but what about when me, Gunna, everybody was on the bridge?" And I sent her that. And I was like, "Hey, but
what about?" They don't care about that.
Yeah, I was like, "Hey, what about this Black Queen songs beyond that? What about farewell speech?"
You're everything her father could never be.
Exactly. That's why she wanted to be the. I think
that's what it be about. Blood. Like, oh my god.
People be having their own internal issues and they project them on you.
Swear to
that's
God.
why being a celebrity can be so toxic. That's why so many celebrities end up on drugs and shit like that, because people start living through you, and then by you trying to keep up, it'll drive you crazy. So you need something to cope.
That's why I don't be.
That's why they end up on dope. This fame shit is crazy.
Man.
I swear to God, I told my son that because I said this is why I don't care what people think about me as long as I move based on what I believe in. I'm not gonna violate nobody.
Exactly.
Anything that I do, I stand on. I'm not living for you because in order for me to do that, that means every day I would have to ask you for permission to be me.
As hell no.
I can't do
look,
that.
we ain't living on demand for none of you motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck
goes
how
for
much
everybody.
money you got, how much what you want to say. Fuck
Music,
all of that. We living for
movement,
ourselves.
Movies,
Fuck
anything
that.
you see me in. If you don't like me, fuck you and go find somebody that
And
you
that's
do
why-
like.
that's
Are you
I
gonna
just
pay
love-
for his kids' education?
That's
Are you
why I
gonna
love
help his
Tupac
kids?
So much. Tupac.
Are you gonna help CLee kids that
Tupac
might be
gave us
my
the
kids
greatest
that he gonna
blueprint
raise
ever.
for me?
Tupac,
What the
hold
fuck?
on. Tupac gave us the greatest blueprint ever because Tupac let us know it's okay to be diverse. Nobody's always one thing. Some days I love black women, I hate them, but then I might come across a bitch that I just can't stand, an out-of-pocket bitch that try to throw rape on my name.
Man.
Sometimes I love black men. Y'all my niggas. I love y'all to uplift. Then sometimes niggas
might
might
have
try to
to
kill
check a
me, so I
nigga.
might want to kill one of these
Yeah.
niggas. It's okay if you're not always one
Be
thing.
multidimensional.
It's
Man,
okay.
I said exactly
Like,
this. It's crazy. I ain't even showed y'all the DM.
Okay, and the fact that a simpleton can't understand that's not on me.
Man,
just
for
because
real.
you can't understand something a little bit outside of your realm of thinking, that's not my fault.
And
I'm not
also-
always one thing.
Thank you for all the black women who showed me love with that post.
And this is
Thank you. I
bigger than
appreciate
this is
y'all.
bigger than just shout out to black women. You know, I
For
love
real.
you, love my
Man,
mama,
y'all the best.
my granny, all
Absolutely.
that.
This is for my
what
black
this is about
queens.
is y'all project the hate that y'all have towards white men onto black men. This is what a lot of people
That's
do.
fucked up.
They want the black man to be held
That's
accountable
fucked
for
up.
every male on earth, right? When it comes to something negative. And this goes back to what we've talked about in the past. This is what y'all do to us. Meanwhile, have y'all talked to anybody who's running the pornography industry?
Man, I ain't heard one.
I mean, they're getting slutted out 25/8. Have
Exploited.
any of you guys said you're exploiting these women for profit? Zero of y'all. Get the fuck out of here with y'all hypocrisy, man. I don't want to hear none of that shit.
Great point, Gunna.
Absolutely.
Hey, Hugh Hefner did it. As soon as they turned 18. What'd he do? Y'all didn't say nothing to him.
Man.
He did it. He built it. He built the empire on exploiting young girls,
And they love
young
him.
women. And y'all didn't say nothing, but I want to go to the Playboy Mansion. Fuck out of here.
I want to
with
be a
that
Playboy bunny.
shit. I don't want to hear none of that
I
shit.
just saw 30 of them for Halloween.
I want to hear none of that.
What the fuck is
Y'all
that?
didn't say nothing when Massa
that's my
was- hey,
dog.
Hey,
That's when
listen,
Gunna
listen,
go
listen,
in on
listen.
something, the dogs
Yeah,
be
come
like,
on,
"What?"
bro. When y'all talk about misogyny and y'all talk about misogynistic men, y'all don't say nothing to these white dudes that had a wife, a mistress, and was raping 5 black women on the
Man,
plantation.
I ain't heard
Fuck
shit
out of
yet.
here, man. I ain't trying to hear you niggas, blood.
Man.
Holler at these white dudes, man. Straight up.
Well, that's been today's episode, ladies and gentlemen.
Real, man.
I feel like it was good energy.
But now, hold on. I want to talk about this mental health.
Yeah,
Before we
have
go,
to.
I want to really tell everybody because there's been a lot of suicides.
Shout out the baby.
Yeah, the baby brother just
yeah.
committed suicide. You know what I'm saying? And there's been a
That's
lot of
heavy.
suicides going on, just globally.
It
You know,
seemed like it was a brother out here who was doing his thing. Who
Yeah,
committed
yeah,
suicide. I didn't know him, but I seen him like
yeah,
7 people post him on my timeline.
Damn, for real.
yeah, his name was
Damn.
TC. TC, I believe. I don't know his real name. I think it was Castine. Rest in peace, out of Richmond, California.
Oh,
Yep.
damn.
I think that's what
Sorry
happened. I don't know exactly what happened. That's just was the word on the street. I do not know. I can't confirm.
Yeah.
But I do want to say to everybody that's going through something, reach out to somebody, talk. You can reach out to one of us,
Definitely.
have a conversation, go get you some help mentally, go work on that, you know what I'm saying? And really just take care of yourself mentally. Fuck the money, fuck everything else. Take care of yourself mentally. Healthy self-talk is important. Go watch some videos on YouTube. That's
Man,
important.
for real.
Get off social media because social media can be a little toxic.
For
That's
real.
important.
A little.
You know what I'm saying? So
Have you seen your podcast? No, I'm sorry.
Take care.
have you seen your show? No, I'm saying.
Take
It's a
care.
great
Serious
show.
note, though, blood. I'm
Yeah,
serious.
for real.
take care of yourself mentally. Like really take care of yourself mentally because it's serious. Like sometimes we're
Yeah.
so focused on external, we got to worry about internal. So that's what I wanted to say. Take care of your mental health. That's today's episode. Shout out to Stunna, man. Shout out to Gunna. I'm C Legal for the people. Let's talk about it. I'm out.